Hey Flosstube, it is Michelle from Made by Michelle McGraw, and this is Flosstube number 46, and it is January 20th, 2020. So if you are new here, welcome so much. I have got a bunch of new followers, and thank you so much for stopping by, checking me out, spending time with me. If you are just passing through and you see something that you like and subscribe. The more the merrier. So we're all stitchy friends here, and I'm so thankful that everybody takes time out of their day to spend with me. So thank you so much. I have so much to show because the last time I did a Flosstube, I did a Flosstube of my whip parades, which was 3-part series, and it was most of my whips. I do think there was 1 or 2 that I forgot to show you, and I just don't know where they're at. I have a feeling they're in like with my kitted stuff, and I just didn't realize that they were kitted in with the kitted stuff. So anyhow, all right. So I did put it in my part 3 of how many whips that I ended up with. And I ended up with, carrying over from 2021, I had 93 whips. Now, some of the whips, I had a couple more than that. I put those as UFOs. I decided that they were not a project I wanted to continue. And so they are unkitted and repurposed, and they're just not going to be finished. Most of them were very, very small starts. I am very happy with that decision. I know of one project that I'm considering kind of UFOing. UFOing means unfinished object. I'm going to give myself this year, and if I don't go to that project and work on that project, then that's going to be one that goes next year. Bye-bye. So I'm giving it a little bit more time. I mean, I really like the project. I just don't find myself spending time on the project. So, and it's a large project, and I think it's a neat concept because it was like a little bit different design. It was the Mysterious Map project from Ink Circles, where you literally chose with a roll of a dice every element that you put into your map, which is really, really cool. And I really, really like it. I just am not going to it. And so I need to make a decision. And I haven't yet, but this year, if I don't pick it up at all this year, then I'll know I really don't want to work on it, and it will go to the land of unfinished objects. So, all right. Now that sounds really bad. I have gotten the sweetest comments about they love my whip. People love my whip parade, and no judgment, which was awesome because let's face it, the world is hard enough and there's so much stress. So just to come and relax with stitching, and sometimes, I don't know if anybody else is like this, sometimes for me, a new start is an anxiety reliever. So like I've got a lot of stuff going on and I just can't settle. For me, a new start settles me because I have to focus. I have to figure out, do I have the fabric the right way? You know, if I haven't kitted up the fabric, what fabric am I going to use? And it takes my mind to a different place that occupies it and settles it. And that sounds silly, but it totally works for me. So some of my starts can be just, I need something to occupy my brain for a little bit. I need to turn off the work side of my brain. I need to turn off the mom, and I need to just focus on something totally different. And sometimes a new start does that. So of those 93 whips that I'm pulling over, I now only have 90 whips left from that number. So I'm going to keep a tally of any of the ones that were of those 93 that I finished. So I have finished 3 whips. I will show them to you, I think. So I think I have them here. Yes, I think I do. I think I have them all. So anyhow, last year I had 42 finishes. This year so far, I have 9 finishes. I have fully finished 8 things that I stitched this year. So with that said, I am going to show you some finishes. I know 1 that I'm looking at, maybe 2, that I finished in 2020, not this year, but because I didn't have a regular Flosstube, I did a whip parade. I haven't shared them with you. So All right, that is the stats. Very exciting stats. Okay, let me do my giveaway. Oh, yes. My giveaway winner. So I talked about this floss last time, and I had a pack to give away. And this is from theeasystitch.com. And you can, it is floss. It is, I think it's a cotton mix, like a blend. So very similar to some of the other off brands of DMC, but the colors coordinate and have DMC numbers. And I used it and I enjoy it. I think off-brand floss is great for smalls that you're going to put in your dough bowl. It's a great way to save money. So I have really enjoyed this. So I was giving away this pack of floss to one of my viewers, and the viewer that won is Diane. I am not even going to try your last name because I will murder it. Baule. Diane. She had a sweet comment that she was retired and always looking ways to save money. So Diane, congratulations. Get a hold of me either by my email, which is madebymichelle.mcgraw@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on Instagram at madebymichelle.mcgraw. Either of those two ways, get a hold of me and send me your address so I can send you your floss to you, okay? And congratulations, Diane. I was so pleased when her name came up because it was so nice to have somebody who would really benefit from getting some floss. So I loved that. Sometimes random, I use the random generator comment picker. Is that right? I feel like I have extra words in there. So I put in the comment that I'm looking for, and then it brings me up how many. I didn't write down how many, unfortunately. I had a lot of people say floss, and then it picks the name for me. I do that on my iPad right before I sit down to do the video. So if I was really fancy, I could film that and put it in the video. But as y'all know, if you've watched my past floss tubes, I have dropped the camera before and kept it in the video because I don't know how to edit. I think maybe this year I need to look at learning how to edit, but we'll see. Okay, I want to do this week's giveaway. This week's giveaway is Winter Quaker by Rosewood Manor. And this is a beautiful Quaker. The suggested floss on here is, what is it called? Valentine. And they sell them in the packs, and this pack has all the colors you would need. But you could actually just pick any colors from your floss and stitch this up. It'd be beautiful either way. So if you would like to be entered into the giveaway for Winter Quaker, you're going to say winter in your comment. Somewhere in the comment, say winter. That way Random Generator can acknowledge you that you want to be entered in. So winter. Okay. Now we kind of got the business going. Let me show you some of my finishes. All right, I'm going to start off with my winter finishes first that I have up. So this might be one of my favorite finishes so far. This, well, I don't remember if I finished this in 2020 or 2021. Well, you know what? If I would just look at my cards, I could tell you that. Yeah, so let me grab that out and I'll be able to tell you when I finished it. I have so many cards here. Okay, yes. This is Britty Kitty monthly series from Britter Cup, and it is Britty Kitty, sorry. I finished this on December 31st. So right in there. I used 14 count fabric flare from Moonless. It's called Moonless Witch Sky, I think is what it was. And it's fabric flare. I got mine from Stitchery Express. Cindy is fantastic. So I used a piece of it. I have cut this piece 12 ways from Sunday, and this was a scrap. So what a great way. So this is my finish, and it's called Chili Paws, but this is the January monthly cat. Now, I used floss that I had in stash. I think I used black, I picked a pink, I picked a red. Very simple. I went with what I had, made it easy. It does have snow down here that they're walking on. I love the fact that he is walking and picking up his paws because he has chili paws. I finished this with some backing material that I had that I thought was nice. It does have a charm and a snowflake on the back. And then I did some Lady Dot Create trim around it. Now this is filled with walnut shells, and I will tell you, I really enjoyed doing the walnut shells. Now I put some fiber fill in the corners. I don't know that that was the best way to do it because I feel like the walnut shells weren't able to get into the corners then. So I kind of figured out a better way, because when I sew mine, I generally leave the hole in the bottom and then I fill it. And then what I found works better is filling it with walnut shells and then putting a little bit of fiber fill in these two corners, because those are the, sorry, I have a notice coming through. Nothing like my finger coming at you. So I put fiber fill in these corners because when I flip it over, it's going to weigh it down. I don't know. I'm on the fence of whether I like that concept or not, but I do really like the walnut shells. Now, I had a package of walnut shells that I used that was from the craft store, and it was extremely expensive for a little bag. I have since learned you buy reptile litter. You have to make sure it's walnut shells, because I did find reptile litter that was a mix of things. So make sure it's walnut shells, and it comes in a way bigger bag for the same price. Probably even cheaper if I didn't have it shipped. I had free shipping, but I would imagine if you went into a pet store or you went into Walmart, it might be even cheaper. So I really like the crushed walnuts in it. I like the weight that it gives it. But this was just a really, really fun finish that I liked. I really liked the kitties. So I now have a bag of all of these kitties, and I'm so on the hunt for more of them. So if you ever find a source that has some, I've bought all of them from 123 Stitch. They're bought. But I know that there's more. So if you ever find a source, let me know. I definitely would love to shop from smaller shops. So if they have some, leave me a comment. Love that one. Okay. My next finish is a fully finished, but it is an older pattern that I stitched a long time ago. So this is from a dimensions kit. I don't even know, I don't know the name of the dimensions kit. It had 6 figures on it, like a Santa looking up, like, and then like maybe 3 snowmen, 3 Santa, and they were doing various things. So I stitched this one a long time ago. I stitched 2 of them. I do have a Santa one done as well. I don't want to stitch them on this fabric anymore. This is a Picture This Plus fabric, but it's dark, and see how the glitter on it, the opal essence, is really blingy? It's very, very hard to work on, because when I put it underneath my light, all of that bling blings. It's not good. I can't see to stitch on it. So I didn't enjoy stitching on that fabric. It's definitely one that I would not get again. It's beautiful fabric. I just wouldn't get the opalescent again. But I had this finished, and I hemmed and hawed about it. And I finally said, I really need to finish this and make it into a winter. So I just made it into a little pillow, and I kept it. I did a square because I did want to see that blingy fabric, because I spent so much time stitching on it, I wanted you to see it. I finished it with some ribbon that I roused around and sewed it down. I always sew my trim on my pillows. I hand sew it on. I don't know if there's a different way, but to me, that's the easiest. I haven't tried gluing. This just works for me. On the back, I do have a blingy charm and like a little berry twig. This material is some that I got at a quilt shop when I went to Atlanta, and I picked up a piece of that. I thought it was just a pretty winter fabric. Okay, my next one, I've showed this finished before, but I have not showed it fully finished. Fuzz. Okay, so this one is, I'm going to tell you wrong. I don't even think I have this up here. I think it's Winter Sampler by Leisure Arts, I think. And I just did part of it, and I did the kids on the sleigh with the horse. I think it's so pretty. I just finished this into a little pillow, and I did the trim around, and I did do the back with my initials and the year charm. This backing fabric was also some that I got at the quilt shop, and I thought that that matched really nice. Okay, so those are my winter finishes that I have. Now I have Valentine's Day finishes. So let me get them all out so that I can throw them back in as I show them. Okay. All right. So I think I have one set of Valentine's for my cross stitch boards. And that's it. I don't have a lot. So these were super fun to do. I picked easier patterns that I could get done quickly. My goal this year is to do smalls, to fill up some dough bowls, and work my bigger projects in between. So these were some that I worked in between, and yeah, I just had a lot of fun doing them. Okay, so this is actually an old whip that was Love Me. It was from the pattern that was called Kiss Me, Hug Me, Love Me Now. And I don't think I brought it over here. If I find it in my stash, because I pulled some patterns. Hold on, let me see if it's in this. Let me see if it's in this pile. Yes, here it is. Okay. So as you can see with the pattern, it has 3 other phrases. I am not doing those. What I have found is I don't like block lettering, and it's all block lettering. I didn't enjoy it. I finished this one. I'm done. But I do like how it turned out. I did just use floss that I had, and I finished up using, I think this is Weeks Dye Works Coal, and I have a little charm of a little love letter there. I did Lady Dot trim, and then that is some fabric that I got from the quilt shop as well. So when I went to the quilt shop, I definitely looked for Valentine's fabric and winter fabric. I think I got some St. Patty's Day fabric, maybe a couple pieces of Christmas fabric. I'm sorry, I have a glare from something. Let me see if I can, it's coming off something off this table. Let me, I don't know, hold on. I think it's coming off these 2 bags right here. Okay, I'll just move those down. Sun is coming in. I have weird sun in the morning, but all right. So the fabric is 16 count, Picture This Plus Crystal Truffle. So it is a little blingy. I like the way it turned out. I just don't want to stitch anymore. So I filled this with walnut shells as well. Really like the weight. Okay. Oh, this was the Britter Kitty pattern. I did have that. And I have finished this one down here, so I can go ahead and show you. It's not fully finished. I did that one as well with the scrap that I had left, and those are Love Cats. So there's the pattern, and there's I just pulled floss that I had, stitched it up. I love it. I will finish it into a pillow. I'm hoping to do that this weekend to get some sewing in. So yeah, I really, really like these patterns. They're super fun and really easy to do. Okay, Tiny Modernist. Okay, this one was a free chart from Tiny Modernist. It's on their blog, so go get it. and I stitched it up, and I really, really like how it is. I just pulled floss. I actually used the floss that I gave away. I just went through my pack and pulled pinks and reds. So that's it stitched up. I think it's stitched nicely. This is on 14 count fabric flare as well. And I made this into a longer pillow. I originally had it longer, and then that was wrong. And I chopped it and redid it because it was a little too long. But I wanted to add some ribbon, and then I also added these keys with the little hearts on top because I thought they were so cute. Whoops. So it gave me a different shape in my dough bowl, which is what I really, really wanted. I didn't want them all to be square. So this was fantastic. I did use some of the fabric that I got at the quilt shop, and I used the same fabric on the back. So there you go. All right, and let's see here. All right, this is Heart in Hand Wee One, and this is a small one. This one is 33 by 30. So it's a small one when it's stitched up. I stitched it on that same large gingham fabric, and I finished this as a tall finish, putting some of the fabric down below. I sewed some rickrack on. First time I did that. Well, first time I added fabric to the front of a piece. I know that sounds silly, but I've never done it before. And I added some rickrack. And I also did lady dot trim on the sides as well. And then the backing is the same material as the front. So I thought that was really pretty. And I can put another piece in my dough bowl in front of this one, and I don't lose it since it was such a small one, which I really, really liked. And here's the pattern. I did not use the called for colors. I picked my own. So just picked what I had, pulled out, used it. Okay, this one I do not have the pattern. Hold on, let me find the name of it, and that way I can tell you in case anybody is interested. Oh, no, I've told you wrong. This pattern is not Merry Making Minis. This is, yes, it's Merry Making Minis Love Blooms from Heart in Hand. This one is Wee One XOXO from Heart in Hand. So sorry, got that name wrong. This one I actually sent along to Becca Sambray Stitches because she said that she has a whole display of XOXO, and I said, I am done with the pattern. I will send it to you. So if it's not gotten to you, Becca, it is on the way. I have mailed it. Hopefully you get it. It's the post office. So hopefully you do get it. But that one was stitched on just some pink fabric that I had in my stash. I thought that it was 16 count. I actually think it's 18 count fabric. So I kind of wish that I had done it on a little bit bigger one, but it's fine. I did add the buttons from my stash. I did not have the buttons that went with the pattern. So I just used something else I had. I used floss from my stash, and I used that same XO fabric, which I thought went good with the pattern, and then put a trim on there. So that's my other one. All right, now to the last Valentine's Day finish. This pattern is from the Primitive Hair. I think this is a free pattern. It says 2012 on it. So go back to the Primitive Hair, and it just says Valentine. Really cute, but I printed that off. I've had it for years, obviously. And I stitched that up quickly on a piece of that same gingham fabric. I added a little star button there. And the back, I used some of that same heart material that I've used on the other ones. And it does have a blingy queen crown on there. which kind of went with the other ones that I had used. So they kind of all coordinate. The idea, excuse me, the idea is in the future, next year, I might add 1 or 2 more Valentine's pieces to that collection. So yeah, that was fun. I now have a Valentine's dough bowl. So, so far we are in January. My plan is working of doing smalls to fill up my dough bowl. So I got a couple winter smalls. I've got a couple of Valentine's Day smalls. And I am working on St. Patty Day smalls now. I did want to show you this. This is a piece that goes in my dough bowl. My sister got me these. A lady made these. I know you can make them with your Cricut, but they're little wood blocks, and she got all different kinds of seasons, and it says My Valentine. The reverse side is my favorite. It says Love Boat. So we have been married 20 some years, and I sing the theme song to my husband, The Love Boat. Now I also sing it in a very obnoxious voice to him, which he doesn't appreciate at all, but it's hysterical because I literally start singing and he's like, no. And I'm like, but it's the Love Boat. So it's something that I've always joked with him for 20 some years. And so my sister had her put Love Boat on the back of it. And I just think that's so cute. So that's also in my dough bowl. Check out my Instagram. I think there's pictures of my dough bowl fully styled on there. If not, I will take one and post it soon. So, all right. I do have more finishes to show you. Okay, I finished the last pattern of my Thanksgiving Friends from Needle Love, and this was the little boy Native American, and I have finished him, so I have all of them finished now. In my pattern, I have the Pilgrims, the Turkey, and the 2 Native American. I now have to do them into stand-ups. I've never done a stand-up, but I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to attempt it. So yeah, I'm going to use Vonna Pfeiffer's tutorial and go step by step, and wish me luck. These I just love. I thought they were super cute. Really, really love them. I found on Stash Unload and I don't think I brought it with me, a pattern from Needle Love. It's an older pattern that was a bride and groom that you could do and stand up into minis as well. I loved that idea. So I got the pattern off Stash Unload, and I have ordered 7-count cream fabric because this, I didn't think a bride would look great on this because you might be able to see some of the tan through her dress. So I'm waiting on that to come, and I want to do those. Our anniversary is in March, so I think it would be super cute to put the bride and groom up for Valentine's Day and then leave them up through March. I also think it would be cute to have our names put on a little block or in our wedding day and have a little display on my tray for that. I think that would be really, really cute. So, yeah. All right. I have more finishes, so I'm going to keep going. Trying to find... Okay, the next finish that I have is another whip from 2020, and this was Stone Street Stitchworks. It's Stitcher's House. Okay, I have a hair tickling my nose. I love this. This is beautiful. So I finally pulled it out. Sorry. What is it? They say somebody's talking about you? I finally pulled it out and I finished it. So it is all done. This was stitched on, just a piece from Stash. I don't have a name. It definitely is Picture This Plus. Definitely Picture This Plus. It is a 14 count, I believe, Ada. And I just used the called for DMC. So I haven't figured out how I'm going to finish that yet. I might frame it for my craft room. I might make it into a pillow for a dough bowl in my craft room. My problem is the craft room I have right now, I don't really have extra room to decorate on surfaces. So it would has to be something that I would use in the future. But I do have walls in my craft room that I could put a frame on. So I don't know. Excuse me. So that one was started in September of 2019. And I finally finished that in January of 2021. All right, I still have more that I have not shown you. All right, this, I do not have the pattern because I could not find the bag that I had it in because I have some other patterns from them. It is Pineberry Lane, Merry Little Stitches, and there's several patterns in it, and this one is the Jolly Elf. I actually finished this last year, but I haven't showed it yet. So that is the Jolly Elf. He is super cute. I really, really like him. He will be a dough bowl finish, and I did him on Murky. I just pulled fabric from Stash. I love Pineberry Lane. Love, love, love this stuff. I love their little prim stuff. Okay, this is another one that I couldn't find the bag. So I couldn't find the pattern. I have only completed 1 of 9. So I thought I would show it to you. It is Prairie Schooler Button Up. I am using 14 count white with stone mini dots. That's the name. I don't know. I am doing a color conversion from Stitching Faye on Instagram, Callie _ how did I HIKO? I don't think that's right. But it's Stitching Faye on Instagram is her name. And she did this beautiful conversion of Button Up series, and I loved it. And I actually saved a picture of her post for a while now on my camera. And so when I decided I was going to do these as winter ones, I pulled up her picture. I went, she does list some of her colors. Now I used some of her colors, like I definitely used her blue and her green. And then like I changed the barn colors too, which she did not list. I don't know what she used. I do believe she changed them, but she didn't list them from what I could see. So I did change like the house colors. I made them more taupey. I think they were a little more brown. So I thought they just kind of went with the piece a little bit better. I think she did the same thing, but she didn't tell me what color it was. I didn't ask, but so there you go. Here are my color conversions that I am using, if you want to take a screenshot of that. So I put the original color here and then what I'm using. And some of them are the same color. Like you'll see, I'm using the same color here. But if I changed it, I changed it. So you could take a screenshot if you wanted that. I do need to get back to that and finish that, but it's kind of a winter one. And I will not finish this. I will not fully finish this until I finish all of them so that I know how I want to frame. I want to fully finish them. They are going in a dough bowl, but I don't know how I want to fully finish them yet. Okay, so that was Button Up from Prairie Schooler. I still have more finished. Where is the card for this one? Okay, here it is. This one is Pineberry Lane Wee Lassies. I'm doing it on 14 count. I did it on 14 count. I changed the face color from whatever it was called for $9.50. I thought that they made the faces a little too white and it kind of washed them out. So I just deepened their faces a little bit. And so that is Wee Lassies. So I think they're super, super cute. And I finished that on the 14th. So I will be finishing those when I have my other St. Patty's Day one and kind of finish them all together. And I have a couple of them I have one started, so I'll, now I'm going to go into whips. I don't think I have any more finishes. I think I'm done with finishes. So this is, I actually started this last night. This is from Country Rustic Primitives. And let me get the name, because I think it was hard for me to find the name on this. It was on, yes, St. Patrick's Day Lucky Hat, and it's Country Rustic Primitives. They are on Etsy. Here is the chart. Now, I don't think her pictures are the, let me take this out of the thing, I'm sorry. They are PDFs. I don't think her pictures are the greatest because the pictures are really small of the item. So that's about as close as I can get it. But it's really cute. A little St. Patty's Day hat with the shamrocks coming out, a key, a bird. And here's where I'm at. So I actually don't have that much more to do. I have to finish the clover here, finish the clover here, put the ribbing on the hat, put the bird and the key in, and then the date. And I'm done. So really not that much. I have the bulk of it, I should say, stitched. And I'm working on that one now. Okay. All right. So, Mama Loves You GB, Michelle, showed that she had made some fabric inspired by my fabric that I showed on my whip parade. And her fabric was gorgeous. She dyed it herself because she could not get speckled hen. She couldn't find it in stock in the UK. So we all know the mail system, it's really hard anyhow. So she made her own. Beautiful. She did a beautiful job. But she kind of inspired me to get out my project on it and work on it. So this is the autumn sampler from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And I showed this in my whip parade, and I did say that I was going to change the plan that I was doing. So I'm not going to stitch it as a whole piece. I'm going to stitch it in sets of 4 and make mini dough bowl pillows for them. So I'm going to pick my favorite 4, do them in as grouping, pick favorite 4, do them as, I will have 16 done out of the 25 that they show. So I'm just going to pick the ones that I like. And I had started, I had block 1 done. Here is Speckled Hen. It's beautiful. I adore this fabric. I just ordered some more because this is a cut piece. I have used all of my Speckled Hen. I have no more. I wanted some more, and so I ordered from Cindy on Stitchery Express, and I have more coming. So I'm so excited. So here's my progress. I have, the first block was done. I put the stems and leaves, and I put the little swirls, and I started the next block that I'm doing, and the next block that I'm doing is the squirrel. So right beside it, the squirrel. So did some time on him. I really do love this piece. I love working on the fabric. They don't take that long. I think I stitched on that one evening. But I was glad to get it back out and work on it because I really do like it. So that's going to stay in my whips to pull out occasionally and get some stitches in it. Okay. Now, I shouldn't even show this. So I'm going to show you my start first, and then I'll explain. Oop, wait a minute. I'm losing my needle here. Why is it not on the needle minder? Couldn't tell you. All right, so I think that's 3 stitches because I don't have my reading glasses on. 3 stitches, and I'm showing you this whip. Okay. I started this. I got a little mad at it. Put it down because I got a little mad. Not at the pattern. Not at that at all. I love the patterns. It didn't work out. So I have had this project kitted up for the longest time. And I love it. and I was talking to Katie from Katie's Stitching. She is on Instagram. Go check her out. She's fantastic. And Katie said she wanted to stitch Glitter Village. And I was like, hey, I have that kitted up. Let me know when you want to stitch it, and I'll stitch it too. So she's kitted up. She said, I'm starting. I said, okay, fantastic. I had a piece of fabric picked out. I started stitching on it. I didn't like how my stitches were looking on it. I don't know what was going on with the fabric. I don't know. I just didn't like it. So took that fabric out, and I picked out the other fabric that I had originally had in the bag. I stitched one stitch into it. The white doesn't show up on my fabric at all. Well, if you've ever seen Glitter Village, there's a lot of white in this, a lot of pastel colors in this. So that's not going to work. I can't do the whole project and not have the white show up. So I finally went back in my room. I was pulling different fabrics. I was thinking maybe like a darker blue, maybe this, maybe that. Well, maybe a gray. Every time I would put like the light blue floss up to it. So if you haven't seen the floss colors, this is all of the called for floss. And like, this is a nice bright color, but this blue is very soft. This pink is very soft. So you would lose those colors. Like I would lose the blue on a gray. I would lose the white on the other fabric that I had. I really don't know why this needle minder is not keeping my needle, but I'm really concerned that I'm going to lose this needle, and I think, gracious, stay on there. I think it's getting snagged on this floss, so I'll put this floss on the other side of this bag. So anyhow, I finally picked out the fabric. I'm using 14 count Country French golden needle. The white does show up. Everything will show up on it. I'm happy. It's not the sparkly fabric that I thought I was going to use, but it's okay. And I'm using from Stash, so that's always good. I do have all of the patterns. Well, actually, I'm missing 2 of them, which, if you can believe that, I ordered them. I don't know how I'm missing them, but I am. So all of that in my bag. I will get back to it because they don't take long per each project. But I will get back to that and do more than 3 stitches and show that again. Go see Katie's Stitching on Flosstube. She's already finished the first one, and she showed it in her Flosstube, or she showed it on her Instagram. I think she showed it on her Flosstube. Because she films on Sundays. No, maybe I think she showed it on her Instagram finished. She shows it on her Flosstube started, maybe. I don't know. I've seen it somewhere. She finished the first house that she chose to do. I am doing them, and I think Katie is doing the same plan. I'm doing them individually for my dough bowl. I'm not doing them as one big piece. I love them, but I have limited room for big pieces in my house. So for me, if I put that much time in it, I would really want to have it out all the time. And I just don't have a lot of room. So I will be able to put them in a dough bowl and display them. And so I have several sets from Country Cottage Needleworks that I want to start. I want to start Welcome to the Forest set, which is super cute, and it's more summery. So I think they would be cute in a dough bowl for this summer. I have Frosty Friends, which are great winter ones. I have Snow Village. I also have, I think it's Little House Needleworks, the Hometown Holidays. I have a bunch of those houses, and I would love to do them. I would love to do them, and I don't know how to do that yet, but I would love to make them into stand-ups, like square bottom stand-ups, that instead of putting up like a Santa village, I would be essentially cross-stitching a village. And I think that would be super cute. I don't know how to finish those into stand-ups yet. And I don't know if Vanna has a tutorial. If anybody knows if there is a tutorial how to make like a house into a square stand-up, when I say square, like the bottom I want to be square. I don't want it a rounded bottom. They're buildings. But I want them sturdy. If there's a tutorial on YouTube, leave me a comment. Let me know whose tutorial it is, because I would love to check it out. That's my idea for those houses. I haven't started them yet. And they're not houses, they're businesses, because there's like a needlework shop and a quilt shop and a pet shop and a post office and a fire station, and they're so cute. I want to start them. Start all the things. Makes me happy. Okay. I think this is it. All right. Now this was a New Year's Day start, and I am starting this with Katie Stitching and Sarah K Stitches on Instagram. So this is called, you use the hashtag A Sparrow Among the Lilies, Sal, which means you can do any of the patterns from Heartstring Samplery. You can either do Consider the Lilies or His Eye is on the Sparrow, which is what I'm doing, and either one. So that's our hashtag. And this is my start. Now I got 1 day in on this. I haven't been back yet, but I will be back shortly. Very, very pretty. I really like it. I am stitching this on 18 count Tobas from Seraphim Fabrics. So I really like it. I don't think there's any over 1. I think I checked this. I don't think there's any over 1. I think even the words are not over 1. So I'm doing it on an Aida. Super easy. I had it. It's a beautiful color. And I am doing a center start, which I don't normally do on samplers, but I liked it because I could get into some of the motifs rather than get stuck on the border. So I liked that. Little different, something a little different. And I have that in my beautiful bag from So Much to Love. I just had to pick a pretty bag to put that in because His Eye on the Sparrow is so pretty. Some of my favorite bags are So Much to Love. She makes beautiful bags. I have some haul of another bag company that's one of my favorites that I will show you in a little bit. Okay. This was my other New Year's Day start, and this one is hashtag 1864 EF Sampler Sal. And this one is being hosted by Mama Loves You GB, Michelle. And let me show the pattern. It is beautiful. This is from the Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly. It is in the summer 2011 issue, number 63. I have the disc, and so that's where I got mine from. I am using 20 count Boardwalk from Color and Cotton. I started this was a New Year's start, but I started mine on New Year's Eve because I had 2 New Year's starts. One of them I started on New Year's Eve, one of them I started on New Year's Day. So this is not a fabulous beginning, but let me tell you how many stitches is in here. So I'm starting in the bottom left-hand corner. Let me show you, with this cow motif. Now that doesn't look all that bad. Let me tell you, that is a whole lot of stitches right there. Lots and lots of stitches so far. It doesn't look like it, but it is. It's on 20 count, so it is small. I love the color that I'm using. I'm using Boardwalk from Color and Cotton. It's a beautiful neutral. I really, really like Color and Cotton's Aida. And there is over 1 in this pattern. Now, I looked at that before I chose Aida. And the over 1 is in this wreath. You can't see it on my copy because it's actually stitched in white. And I think it says, that's where it says EF 1864. Okay, so that's where the name comes in. I don't know that I'm going to put that in there, so I might just put my initials in there. So I wasn't worried about that those were stitched over one. I think I'm going to change it anyhow. So, didn't bother me, and I thought Ada would be a fun, relaxing stitch to do. I still really, really like Ada. I will stitch on linen. It's not my favorite. Some is less than others. I like Lugana, but I really, really still like Ada, and I love a relaxing stitch. And Ada's what I consider an old friend. And so sometimes when I pick up that project on Ada, I'm like, hello, old friend. So nice to sit down and stitch on you, because that's where I started. I started on Ada. I only had Ada for years and years and years. That's all I had to stitch on. And it's just relaxing. So as much as there's over-dyed fabric now, you can get some beautiful pieces of Ada that are not stiff. I have some. This one was done on old school stiff Ada, but I had it. I used it. So it's an easy, quick project for me. So I do really enjoy still stitching on Ada. I don't think I'll ever give up my Ada. I think I will always have an Ada project going, always, because I do really enjoy it. With that said, let me show you a really fun twist. I need to figure out what bag it is in. Oh, please let me have brought it. I think that's in this bag. Okay, so I was watching a Flosstube. I have gone back and tried to find this Flosstube. I could not. I don't know whose Flosstube it was. It was somebody that was in a store in a local L&S, their local L&S, and was showing them around the L&S. I don't even remember what L&S it was. And this was around Christmas time. And they showed different finishes and displays that the store had. It was beautiful. And I'm so sorry that I didn't write it down, because I just happened to like see it and I watched it. And I think I stopped watching the video and I didn't get to finish the video, and I want to go back and watch it. So maybe I need to look through my watch list on YouTube, but I didn't think about that when I was hunting it down. Yeah, and I've done a search, a Flosstube and L&S, and it didn't come up. Anyhow, in the video, she shows a display that was in the store that was done with Flosstube. And it was beautiful. And I think it's supposed to be like a doorstop. It was big. It was up on a display, and like the big piece in the middle. I loved it. I was like, oh my God, that's brilliant. I need to get this. She said it's Flosstube. I went to 1-2-3 Stitch, Flosstube. This is from Thistles. Brilliant. I get the pattern, and I'm looking at the pattern. And the reason why I like it so much is look at this snowman. Look at the pattern on the snowman. Let me see if I can pull that out to really show you, because I don't know that the picture even does it justice. So see the pattern on his body? I loved that. I thought that was a cute take on a snowman, right? So I get the pattern, and now I'm confused, because I look at the back of the pattern and it says stitch count is 96 by 42. Well, that's not a big pattern. Okay, am I missing something? Maybe they did it on 10 count. Maybe they did it on 7 count fabric. I look at the pattern, it's done on 18 count. Well, wait a minute, 18 count is kind of a small weave of fabric. How are they getting this big thing in a store unless the store didn't follow the pattern? And that's kind of unusual, because most L&S's show the patterns stitched as the designer calls for it, at least with like the called for fabric and stuff, because that's why you want to stitch it. And so that was confusing to me. And I was like, until I read the directions, they are stitching over 2 on an 18 count fabric. Brilliant. Now it's the size I want. How did I miss that? Okay, I'm trying to get out of that glare. Something on this table is glaring bad. So how did I miss that, right? Read the directions, Michelle, read the directions. So I start looking through my fabric, and I really like to stitch on 18 count fabric. I love samplers on 18 count fabric. So I really couldn't find an 18 piece that I was willing to part with. That sounds silly, but I just was like, I don't want to use that because I might use that for so-and-so. I am in 2 fabric clubs. I am in Color and Cotton and Be Stitch Me, and I changed recently. I was getting Lugana from Brandy, and I was Be Stitch Me, and I was getting a Lugana and a piece of 36 linen from Color and Cotton. I changed Color and Cotton to 20 count on both of them because I get the neutral and the color one. Changed it on both of them. They were super, super helpful. I do think their fabric of the month is closed right now, but you can get on a wait list. I was already in it, and that's how I was able to switch what I had. And I basically just said, hey, I don't know if this is possible, but can you switch my fabric of the month to a different color count? And she emailed me like within a day or so, because it was over Christmas when I did it. And she's like, absolutely, it will take effect, not that month, because that one, had already processed. It will be the following month. I got my Color and Cotton, I think last week, which was still my old one. I went into my account to look. My new one is set up as 20 accounts. So just like she said, it happened just like she said. So there you go. Okay, so Snow Stop. I decided to do mine on 16 count over 2 on Picture This Plus Nessie. I am using 3 strands. So as you can see, it is a big piece, so it will be a big piece. And there is my start. I love this. Love it. I enjoyed stitching this so much. It is very strange to stitch over 2 on an Aida, but it's also extremely satisfying to stitch over 2 on Aida. Like, it's so easy. And I just really, really liked this project. The pattern was available on 123 Stitch. If they're sold out, you can always put your name down, your email, and they will notice you when it's back in. I think I ordered mine last week and it was in stock, but I don't know if it's in stock this week, but yeah, so love it. Or check with your local needlework shop. Okay, I'm still got more. This is what happens when I do a specialty one. I am getting it down to the nitty gritty, just so you know. I think I have 3 more whips to show. All right, so this one is a start that I had that I am doing with, hold on, I think I had the other pattern in here. Do I have 2 patterns in here? Yes. Okay, so this one is a stitch along that I'm doing with Becca from Sambury Stitches and Colleen Moon Pie Fry on Instagram. And they are hashtagging it Mythical Creature Sow. Okay, so this one is Bigfoot Bunch by Plum Street Samplers. So, adorable. Absolutely adorable. I had to get this. This is from Linen and Threads. It is a special retreat release that was only released to their store. So you have to order it from Linen and Threads. Now, Linen and Threads is an Australian company, I think. I had no problems. I ordered it and I think it was here in 2.5, 3 weeks. I didn't think that was bad from coming over on the slow boat. So, I mean, it has gotten to me before Christmas cards has gotten to me. I opened a Christmas card that was mailed like at the 1st of December. I opened it yesterday. So yeah, Merry Christmas. My girlfriend, I was like, I just opened your Christmas card. I was like, y'all are so cute. Look at your pictures. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I just got it. And she's like, oh my God. So my Christmas card was on vacay somewhere in the postal system. Okay, I am stitching this one. Now there's 2 patterns. I should specify that. This is Abominable Bunch, okay? Now, I've started the Bigfoot one. And here's my start. Okay, so here's a little something different I'm doing on this one. I am stitching this on 32 count Murky, which is a Lugana. My sister didn't even notice this because I had a whole conversation with her and I had sent her the picture. So let me get it out of the bag so you can see. All right, up here in the corner is a little mama Bigfoot, and right here is a little baby Bigfoot. And then you have the main Bigfoot. All of those faces are over 1, which is why I'm doing it on a Lugana, because over 1 on Ada is, I'm not. I'll just use Lugana. But I kept hemming and hawing, and I don't know that I want my Bigfoot to have a family. So my Bigfoot isn't going to have a family. I'm just going to fill in the space here and the space here with some flowers. He is going to be by himself because you only find one Bigfoot. You don't find a family of Bigfoot. It's not a family reunion. It's one Bigfoot found in wild. There you go. I don't know, just silly. All right, so that's my start. I need to get back to this. I actually think Becca and Colleen have finished theirs. I don't know if they both got the abominable pattern and if they're going to start that. I don't know that yet. But I'm going to do both of them because I love them. And in just a little bit, I'm going to show you some Happy Mail. And I actually got a very sweet gift from a viewer that goes along with this. So thank you so much. And I will show that in just a little bit. All right, 2 more whips. 2 more whips. And I'm sorry this one is so long. Sorry, guys. But this is what happens when I don't film for a while. I have a lot to show, which is nice, but I have a lot to show. All right, so my next one is one that I started in November of 2020, and it is Winter Rose Manor. Now, I showed this in my whip parade, and I didn't have much done, and I still don't have much done. But I've put a couple more stitches in. So I had just a little bit of the pink and a little bit of the roof line. I've gotten more of the pink. I've gotten some little birds. It's not exciting. It's not a lot. I think I stitched it on it for a couple hours one day. This is on 18 count Picture This Plus Legacy. And like I said, I've been on an Ada kick. I've been on an Ada kick and I love it. I'm very much enjoying doing some of those bigger samplers that everybody else is stitching them on something different, and I'm stitching it on Ada, and I like seeing the difference that everybody's stitching. So it's kind of cool that mine's a little different. I don't know, kind of weird. All right, last whip that I have is Lila Studio, the anniversary. Now, I love this pattern. I started this for my anniversary last year. The problem that I have with the pattern is there are some errors in the pattern. The picture on the front shows this grass filled in down here, or this box filled in. The pattern does not show it filled in. So I'm going to have to make that decision whether I fill it in or not. There's a couple of other things that, like, this is shown in a different color than the pattern actually shows it in. I mean, it's okay, and they're mild things, but I do have to pay attention. So I didn't do tons of work, and I have changed some things. So I just pulled colors from Stash, similar, keeping in the similar line. I am not filling in, there's a yellow that goes in the bottom of that vase. I'm not putting it in. I don't like it. I'm not putting it in. Also, I think on the pattern, there's something with the fence. And my pattern shows like this color down here being the same color as the fence, but in the pattern, it's the same color as the urn. I didn't notice that. I'm not going to pull it out. I think it's fine. I have put a C in there for my husband. I worked on finishing his legs, finishing the fence, I still have more work on her dress. So I'm finishing in the dress. She'll be done when I fill in her dress. But there's also supposed to be I think there's supposed to be yellow in her dress. I don't think it shows yellow in her dress in that picture. I'm not putting it, I'm using all the color. I'm using all the pink color in it. And I'm being done. So like I said, I have changed. I need to fill in the leaves too. I just realized I filled in this leaf, but I didn't fill in these 2 leaves. So I need to go back and do that too. I don't know. This one goes slow for me for some reason. I don't know whether it's just kind of the differences in the pattern, and my pattern might be an older version or something. I don't know, but it doesn't seem to stitch fast for me for some reason. I am using 28 count natural straw gingham linen. I think that's a Weeks Dye Works linen. Not always my favorite. Weeks, it's a 28 count. Weeks, if it's not the newer base, it can be a little wonky to stitch on. That's actually not too bad. Surprisingly, it's not too bad. All right, now we have, let me do Happy Mail to get that off my pile and make sure I don't damage any of it. Okay. All right, so this is from Amy, and I am not going to say her last name just in case, but she sent me some really fun Bigfoot items. A sign, don't stop believing. Love it. Love it. And I still have it in the package because I wanted to show it before I put it up. I am itching to put it up though. And this is advice from Bigfoot. And it says, be yourself, make a big impression, embrace mystery, spend time in the woods. It's okay to show up unexpectedly, be gentle on the earth, and live a legendary life. How great is that? That was a penny. Amy, did you send me a penny too? So weird. Where did it come from? I don't know. Anyhow, I cannot wait to put these two pieces up. So thank you so much. I literally, I was over the moon. So thank you so much, Amy. The other Happy Mail I got from Crystal. Once again, I'm not going to say her last name. This hung on my tree, and I actually need to put it up in my handmade box. I still have my I store my handmade ornaments underneath my bed. So it will go in the handmade ornament box underneath my bed. I live in the South, if you're new here, and our attics get very hot. Most people that live in the South don't have a basement because basements are a nightmare in the South. Our soil is too wet. It's too humid. It's not good. My husband, we have a grading company. We are not owning a basement. My husband's like, nope, not doing it. Mm-mm. So everything goes in the attic. So anything that could possibly get ruined by heat, you don't want to put in your attic. So I don't put my handmade stuff in the attic. I put it underneath my bed in a box. So I've had this sitting out. I want to put it with the best of them. But is that not so sweet? Crystal's very talented. So sweet. I love this. This is all paper crafting, which I have scrapbooked for years. I know the time and effort that she has put into this, and it's beautiful. I also think I have seen people do cross-stitch finishes this way, and I think that would be really cute too, to do a little mini snow globe finish in cross-stitch too. But this was so cute. It just was gorgeous on my tree. So thank you so much, Crystal. And she sent a beautiful card too. So thank you. All right. I have some other Happy Mail, and I'm going to be honest with you. I had it in the car in an envelope, and I think one of the girls that have been around, I'm going to let them remain nameless, has scored some of the stuff. Someone sent me some Color Street nail stuff. I don't use Color Street. I don't use any stuff on my nails unless I have my nails done. I have to have gel inserts on them because my nails break. I have very brittle nails. I don't do well with nails. I actually cut my nails. So with the pandemic and everything that's going on, I'm definitely not going to get my nails done. But I made the comment that I would love to give these to somebody who would use them. There's one spot in my car that I did not look, and it's because my kids picked up this stuff and put it in the back of my Jeep, and I need to make sure it's not in that pile. And it may be. And if it is, I'm actually going to do it as a giveaway for a viewer. And then I will give her contact name that you guys could order Color Street from her if you wanted to, if you don't have a local Color Street. My girlfriends use it. So I know one of my girlfriends would use the Color Street if I didn't do it as a giveaway. So anyhow, all right. I have haul. Now, if you are not interested in haul and you don't want to stick around for haul, I get it. I will say, have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me. But if you are here for the haul, I have haul. Okay. All right. My biggest thing is haul. 123 Stitch got murky fabric in. I'm sorry, my answer machine's going off now. It's always a telemarketer. They got murky fabric in. Y'all know I love me some murky fabric. I ordered murky fabric. Yes, my name is Michelle and I'm a craft murky fabric hoarder. True story. And that's just what I ordered. That's not what I have in my stash. That's what I ordered. I'd love to say that I feel bad about it, but I don't. I don't feel bad. I have zero guilt, just so you know. Zero. All right. I also have gotten some orders in. Now, I ordered some fabric from Brandy from Be Stitch Me, and it is a couple weeks out on hand-dyed fabric. So always know that. I think everybody pretty much is a couple weeks out if you order from the supplier. If you want in stock, you have to order from someplace like 123 Stitch, Stony Creek. They will have fabric in stock. And then I seem to get that pretty quick, which is how I scored that much murky. So I had some orders from Be Stitch Me coming. And so they've gotten, and I have some more orders from her coming. I'll just leave that alone. All right. So this is, I'm going to take my glasses off so I can read all these tags. So this is 20 count Ocean's Depth Ada. Stunning. That is a stunning color. And I think that's showing up pretty true. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Brandy knocked it out of the park. This is 20 count Atlantis. So if you wanted to know the difference between Atlantis and Ocean's Depth is definitely darker. This has more blue. This has more emerald. They're beautiful. Once again, I'm obsessed with 20 count fabric. I love stitching with one thread and I like how my stitches lay. This is 20 count Evil Queen. Beautiful. I'm so pleased the colors are showing up so nice. I mean, they're showing true. Okay, this is Purple Koi, and I did get this in 18 count Opalescence. I don't always get Opalescence, but I think it's very pretty. Very pretty. This is 20 count Shadow. Gorgeous. Okay, this is actually from some of the 123 Stitch order. This is 18 count Barnwood from Picture This Plus. This is 18 count Da Vinci from Picture This Plus. I think sometimes Da Vinci is a hard color. So there, you get some yellow, a little bit of orange in the purple. It's very, very pretty though. Now keep in mind, if you wanted to do a big stand-up, you could stitch over 2 on 18 count. Okay, this is Hibiscus, 20 count from Be Stitch Me. Very pretty. This is Through the Stones, 20 count from Bestitch Me. Beautiful. That's showing up really nice on camera because it's a really mild green, but it's very, very pretty. Okay, this is Smog, 20 count from Bestitch Me. How awesome is that? Okay, now these are from Seraphim Fabrics, and I had bought Seraphim Fabrics from my local L&S, and I loved them. They only carry the linen at Stitch and Frame in Rock Hill. So I went on their site and I said, let me see what kind of Aida they have. And this they had some, so I ordered some. This is 18 count. I don't know what the name of this one is. 18 count, it's Aida. That looks a little brighter on camera than it is. I guess it is. I guess that's showing true. It is bright. That's probably more accurate. This is Haunted. I still don't see a name on that. I see a number. I don't know what that number is. Maybe that's a price if they were to sell it in the store. I don't know. This is Haunted, 18 count. Beautiful. Beautiful. That is stunning. Oh, everything's sliding, fixing to fall. This is Sunflower Fields, 18 count from Seraphim. Very, very pretty. I actually could see me using this for some bee patterns. Wouldn't that be pretty? Love it. All right, this is Summer Storm, 18 count. Just a really nice gray. Yeah, I think that's pretty true. Not too crazy, not too wild, but very, very pretty. All right, let me go over my bags because all right, I don't need this piece of paper that I forgot that I had. All right, so I placed an order from another one of my favorite bag companies, which is Goose. And if you have never tried her bags, she does fabulous bags, adorable prints. I love the vinyl front. She always has a back to it and then a fabric that you could see. I think my anniversary one is in a Goose bag with the hearts on the back, right? So cute. This is a 7-inch hoop, and I have my pattern keeper in here. I use the smaller one, not pattern. Yeah, it's a pattern keeper. I don't want to show you the pattern, but it folds open. I get them on Amazon from Knitter's Pride, and it's a pattern holder. It's a magnetic pattern holder, and the smaller one fits in this bag. So I like that size for smalls. So I ordered some more, and I got the Barnyard one, which is super, super cute. Look at that goat. I have a thing about goats. Okay, this one, pugs for Christmas. The look on those dogs' faces are adorable. And then she did this beautiful plaid fabric that matched. Love it. Some skates and hats and snow for a great winter pattern can go in here. And that's the front pattern. A nice gray that coordinates. I had to get, this is beautiful, the plaid on the back with the flowers. But look at these trucks for a 4th of July one. Love it. Now, Denise also sent me a special gift as well. So it was super sweet of her. Cute, cute, cute. Winter scene, and then the back. Denise knows me well. If you know, you know. How cute! It's a Disney character. If you know, you know. But what a fun bag. What a fun. Thank you so much, Denise. Goose on Etsy. She has the best bags. Fall trucks with the plaid. Look how, and they're so well made. Like, they're just really, really great. I can't recommend her enough. I've gotten her bags over the years. I am always pleased. And then this one it's a fallish camping one. I love the pattern. It has a dog sitting in the camper. So cute. And then the pretty plaid backing. Also, oh, wait a minute. That one has a matching thread holder. So if you've never gotten one of these, I can't remember exactly what she calls it, but they have the button. You open it up. This is felt, so your threads stick to it, and you can also stick your needle in here to hold it. So as you're working, if you have like, you're separating your threads, I throw them down on here as I'm working, and you could just fold them up and it'll keep it in there. And it matches the bag. How sweet is that? So sweet. And the last one is chickens. So cute, so cute. All right, so I have some fun new bags to put some, and this is the year of my smalls, so those are gonna be put to use right away. All right, I also got a pattern from Twin Peak Primitives. She sells this on a different Etsy site, but it's because she does limited edition kits. If you go to her Instagram, Twin Peak Primitives, they will tell you where it's available. And this is the pattern. Where There Is Love. And so you get the bag. You get the pattern. I have floss and fabric. And there's a thread keep. How cute is that? And there's some finishing fabrics in here as well, or finishing ribbon and stuff. Love this. This is the second kit that I've gotten from them, and I'm very, very pleased. I love Twin Peak Primitives patterns. They're awesome. Okay, last bit of pattern haul, but I wanted to show this. This is from Deborah Harry's, and it is Vintage Reimagined, and she is on Etsy. And how she always repurposes stuff to put them on the bags. And how awesome is this? It is a cross stitch piece. It is older. It's definitely older, like you can see. It's an older style. But how sweet does that make it into the bag? This bag is a smaller one, so I'm going to use it for notions, but it's fully lined. Like, you could use this as a makeup bag if you wanted to. It is gorgeous. She does beautiful work, but you have to snag them quick because she only has one of each, and they go fast, and they're gorgeous. So, all right. I have some more pattern haul. The Sampler Company Ultimate Sampler Motif Source Book came from Brenda Keys. Oh my goodness. This is worth every single penny. If you want to create a sampler of your own, or you want to change a sampler, let's say you don't like the bird. Here's a whole page of birds. Let's say you need, let me see here. Okay, I can give you the table of contents. That's all the different themes. And I'm only flashing this. So let's say you need some animals. Pages, insects, borders, boats, houses. And I'm going very quickly on purpose. There's alphabets, there's trees, pages and pages of trees. Flowers. Absolutely a stunning book. A stunning book. You have to order it through Brenda Keys. You go on Instagram, find Brenda Keys, and you will find the ordering instructions. Well worth it. That is fantastic. All right, so I got A Good Marriage from Lizzie Kate. I've never had that pattern. I think it's adorable. ABC Christmas. I got the 3 new star ornaments from Teresa Kogert, which Vanna did the finishing in stars. There's the Santa, the December 25th, and Jesus is the Reason. And those I got on 123 Stitch. I love those. Otis, come here. Pineberry Lane, A Bushel and a Peck. I've never gotten this one. I got Gingy. This is from, I don't know who puts this one out. I don't know. So cute. Little gingerbread. Okay, so I got some Britter Cup ornaments. This is Christmas Ornaments 2. These were on 123 Stitch. Christmas Ornaments. Britter Kitty Monthly Series, November and December. Britter Company, May and June. I also got the Britter Kitty Stocking. This is Goating to Spring Pen Pillow, and if you know me, I love goats. Look at the goat pulling the cart. I love that. That'll be really simple to do. This one is from Thistles as well, and it's called Cookie House. And I thought that was really cute. I got this one from Imagining, and it's an Irish sampler, and it's really cute. This is also from Imagining, Mother and Child. This is stunning, stunning. This is from Needles Notion, and it's a sampler Santa. And you can make it into a stand-up. Now that one has arms, so that's a little beyond my skill just yet, but I can't wait to try him. This one I liked because it's Alpha Betsy's house, and I like that she's a little stand-up too. This was a cute one of Cottontail Cottage, and I love that for Easter. Easter is my hard one. I'm not a huge Easter fan from the aspect of decorating because I'm not a huge pastel fan. There's Levi. That's Otis. They're both getting a little stir crazy because they want to go OUT. This is a Fine Pear, which is a snowman and a little mitten. Woodland Yule, which is a cute little tree with animals on the tree. Love that. Christmas in My Heart, 1843. This says, I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. And I just thought that was so sweet, from Samplers Not Forgotten. This is also Mrs. Santa Sampler from Needles Notion. I thought she was cute. She goes with Mr. Claus. Once again, a little beyond my skill yet, but I'm excited to try. Be Mine from the Stitching Housewives. This one will not be done for Valentine's Day right now. I actually want to do it, but I want to put it on my bee display this summer, but then I can also use it for Valentine's as well. And this is Blackbird Designs Christmas Rose. I love this. This will get started before long. And this is Heartstring Samplery Christmas Band Sampler. And I just thought that was so pretty. Now, as you know, some of those came over in the time that we had because I haven't done a regular Flosstube in a while. So yeah, I am at an hour and 30 minutes, and I'm sorry it's so long. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being here, new and old friends. And I should see you guys in about 2 weeks. So happy stitching and stay safe, friends. That's it. I'm done talking. I'm done.